Today's video, we're going to talk about drilling out and replacing some rivets, installing some bolts and nuts, and applying waterproof silicone. Now, a lot of these are basic skills which can be used for various projects, so keep that in mind as you watch the video. Today, our project is going to use these skills for replacing roof bungees on our Flagstaff A-frame trailer. So why don't we get started? So the roof bungee, or in some cases called elastic cords, were showing end-of-life signs, which made it really difficult for us to open the roof safely. We decided to replace those. We started at one side, went to the other, and we filmed that. So that's where we're going to show our video episode today. Here we have an A-frame hardwall Flagstaff travel trailer, and it's got a bungee that is really an assist to opening up the two tops. If you're familiar with the A-frame, the bungee here and there's bungees on the other side basically just help you open up the A-frame. It also has a hydraulic. Some of the units have hydraulic cylinders, electric cylinders. What we found was that the A-frame on that we have, the bungee had broke on the other side. So we're going to replace it. So we purchased a new bungee, but you can see where the bungee attaches to the roof. It goes through the two rivets here, and then it comes down and loops. If you come over here, you can see another configuration. So this side is in good shape. What we're going to do is go over to the other side and remove the brackets to replace the new bungees. Okay, we've moved to the other side of the RV, the Flagstaff hardwall A-frame, and you can see that the bracket where the bungees went is right here, and the attach point where the other end of the bungee is here. And the bungee broke, so we're going to replace that. But to do that, we need to drill out the rivets, which I'll show you here in just a moment. Before I do that, though, I've used a couple paint cans to lift up the A-frame to hold it in place. The drill I'm going to be using is just a cordless drill, but the bit is going to be about a 1/8 inch diameter drill bit. And the reason I use that is as I put it in here into the rivet, I want it to seat itself inside the opening, and I'm going to drill that out. And I'll show that to you here in a moment. From a safety standpoint, you always want to wear glasses, and then I also have a couple of tools here that I'm going to use to remove the back side of the rivet once it's drilled out. So let me show you how that works. Okay, so you can see I've drilled here. The rivet is now loose. You can see the cap of the rivet, so I'm just going to pull this out. And right here you can see the cap of the rivet has come off. The drill is drilled through here. I'm just going to take probably use this tool right here on the back side where the rivet was. Go ahead and loosen that one and pull it out. You can see the back side of the rivet now. It's been drilled out. I've crushed the lid here, or the top here, I can pull that out completely. I'll do that same thing here with this one. Kind of wiggle it, comes straight out. So that's what a drilled out rivet looks like. Now you'll notice here I've got two original holes that I can work with. Also just pointing out here, as you drill, there's going to be some metal shavings, and it falls right here. Before I do anything, I'm going to vacuum that up and clean it up. The two holes now don't have rivets in it. The bracket, which is now free to be removed, actually is being retained because there's a little bit of sealant. So I'll take these tools, or this tool here, I'll just put it up there, I'll kind of wiggle it. And you can see that as I start to wiggle it, it'll separate from the other. And there's the bungee that broke, and I'm going to pull that out, and that's what it looks like. I'll replace the bungee, which I have, and I'm going to, my preference would be, rather than using, replacing these rivets, I'm going to take this rivet to the store, match up the length and the diameter with a nut and a bolt with a lock washer. So when I put this back in, I'm going to use those. That way, if this bungee, which it will break again, it wears out over time, I can just remove this with nuts and bolts rather than having to drill out rivets. Maybe that'll work, maybe it won't, we'll find out. All right, well, we're back at the RV. We've attached the bungee here, and like I mentioned before, decided to go with screws, but what I found was because of the access on the backside, I needed this the screwdriver here. It gives me a little more clearance as well as the wrench. So I was able to secure it on the backside, tighten up those nuts. So this attach point is secure. The bungee is attached here. I've got the screws. I'm now going to focus on this end of the bungee and the attach point. What I found was the length of the rivet I had originally, the shank, was too short. So right here, the holes where this bracket's going to go, wouldn't grab the rivet. So I had to get longer rivets. I've confirmed the length. I've put it in the bracket. And now the next step is to pull the bungees forward, take the tension off there, and attach the rivets. There's two of them that will hold that in place. Okay, so with the rivet gun, a couple of rivets in here, the bracket, as I'm squeezing this, the rivet is becoming more and more inflated inside the wood. So you have to continue to go until you hear it pop. That means the rivet has been set in there. You can then remove the top piece, which will come off naturally. I did tap with a hammer to make sure it was seated in there well, and this is everything. So it looks like the bungee's attached, both top and bottom. I'm not going to go back in here, and I've got some material that we'll put in there for caulking to water seal that. So the side's done. Going to smooth out the silicone, let that dry, take a little while, but it'll finish off nicely. Put a little bit of silicone on the top here. Again, the moisture will come down. We want to make sure this is protected, so we'll put a little bit down there and then wipe off any extra. The other bungee has been installed. We've installed the front here. We've run the two bungees through the holes here, and I've marked the distance with blue tape. So I know that this space, the tension on this side and the other side is about the same. So this gives me an idea. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to bend this down eventually and then put the bracket in the screws, and we'll talk about that next. Right, so you can see the bracket here. This will go up, and on the back side I've left a little bit of the epoxy, the sealant here, because then I'll know where the bungees will go back into. You can see the two holes here will match up with the two holes here. Rather than using rivets, I'm going to use a couple of 10-24 machine screws and nylon washers. That way, if this fails again or when it does wear out, I can just replace those rather than deal with rivets. Okay, so you may be wondering why I'm using machine screws and why I'm in reverse. So on the back side, you can't see it here, but there's limited clearance to get to the screw head. So I've decided to flip the screws, and I'm going to use this angle screwdriver just to hold the head while I put the bracket and the nuts on. Okay, and I've got the angled screwdriver here, as you can see on the back side and the screw head. And I'm going to use this small wrench on the front, and I'm just going to tighten it. You can see there's nylon that will actually hold the nut in place, and the screw head on that side is being held tight. Both of these nuts are fairly close, so I'm going to kind of work them together just to cinch down on the bungee. All right, so I've been able to tighten both nuts using the small wrench and the angled screwdriver supporting the head on the back side. Everything's secure. The tension on the bungees are pretty equal on both sides. So now I'm just going to cut this off, and then I'll put a little bit of sealant in there, some waterproof caulking here, and we'll be ready to go. Please remember to hit the like button on this video and subscribe so that you can come back anytime and watch more helpful project videos.